support zone. And then on H4, there was this that seemed to be a potential channel down or falling channel. And the market is behaving as if there is some rejection of prices at these current levels. The recent candles indicate that there is some fight between the buyers and the sellers. Whoever wins the war takes the cup. Hopefully the buyers will come in hard, anticipating that the market would move up to probably the upper trend line. Our stop loss would be just below the support level. Very tight stop loss, and with a risk to reward of almost 1:4. So we are anticipating the market is going to give us more direction on this one, still within the region, no confirmation yet. Once we see bulls taking control, then we can enter our buys. The other pair we looked at was GBPAUD. There was this horizontal level. We are looking at it because market has previously respected it. It seemed to be, it's not a very key level, it's not a very important horizontal level, but looking closely, especially on the lower time frames, you might notice that every time the market reached that level, there was some sort of activity, which indicates that the market would be able to make a move around that level, whether a buy or a sell. My bias is on sales because this support level seems to have been breached here, and there was a breakout of this trend line on H1. So we mentioned that we should be wary of a retest, and probably this is what we were talking about. It has already tried to retest. I'm not sure whether the retest is complete, but if it is, we should be able to see a move down. Otherwise, if there is momentum, upward momentum, then this pattern would be invalidated. Our sales would be invalidated if we have a strong upward momentum. The only reason we said we would consider our sales if this move here, the retest is collective in nature. And the way it has started, it's actually collective. It's not really impulsive. So we're still holding on to potential sales. The other one we looked at was GBPNZD. On the high time frames on the daily chart, there was a pattern that was we were looking at. It was a rising wedge here. A rising wedge signifies loss of momentum. In this case, signifies the loss of momentum of this uptrend. Most likely we might have a divergence here. Rising wedges are characterized by divergence. So we were waiting for this level because it seems to be key. If this level is broken, the market might head further down, but we can't rule out the possibility of the market retesting the highs again. It is also, the market can do anything. So in the lower time frames, we were looking at these. Let me delete these ones. That the chart is neat. We are looking at this, but it's not a significant level as per se, but we cannot ignore it. That level there. Notice the way the wicks of the previous candles when touched that support, that resistance. Before it was resistance, then it turned to support. Now it's acting as resistance. It was broken. Clearly, this is a breakout, and then there's a slight retracement, retest. Therefore, we're anticipating the market is going to give us a short move down. This is a short-term trade. It's not a swing trade. It's just a couple of maybe 2 or 3 days trade. We're still waiting for it to unfold well, but it's already showing signs of sales. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Our stop losses were just above this level. So we will be looking at stop losses that allowed. Just a minute, let me pick my horizontal line. We'll be looking at stop losses allowed these levels. Very tight stop losses, 40, 50, 60 pips. And finally, we looked at GBPUSD. There was this, it's more of a flag than a channel, considering this uptrend here. So we are looking at this as a collective structure. It also looks like a complete ABC collection of of an Elliot wave. There was also this falling wedge of wave C. Wave C came out as a falling wedge, or we can also call it an heading diagonal. So we are anticipating, personally, I'm anticipating the market is going to buy, but we can't rule out sells also, but our bias, or my bias, is actually buys with stop loss is just below the flag at 137.80, 137.70. That would be an ideal place to place a stop loss, and then TP would be our first TP would be around those levels where the pattern started from, or the previous swing high. So we were expecting the market is going to show us that it seems like there's some activity around those zones already. Though in the morning it had seemed as if the level has been broken, but we should always be careful when we are placing our stop losses so that we don't place them so tight, because sometimes the market will play around the levels we anticipate movement, and then our stop losses are taken out, only the market to continue in the direction we anticipated. So we should be wary when dealing with stop losses, and when dealing with these levels, whether you're buying or selling, especially on the lower time frames. A few pips can cost you a nice trade. So it's better stop loss at a nice place. So basically that's what we looked at yesterday, Judge. Thank you.
Convert onion to jollof.
All right. So right now I want us to dwell on the simple pair.
Hello, Judge. Are you still there?
Yeah, I can see. So among these pairs, okay,
yes.
This is GBPUSD.
Yeah, this is GBPUSD.
Okay. Let's dwell on GBPUSD. This is the second week of the month. We can still take a case on the economic calendar just to see what we have. We have a CPI from USD. At the opening of the London section. Okay, let's dwell on this chart. That's GBPUSD. I'm trying to share my chat screen.
Okay, can I stop sharing mine for now?
No, go ahead. Not the same device. No, go ahead. You can share yours. I'll spotlight. I'm trying to use a different device. Okay. Just to spotlight the boat. So, but why I'm trying to share my screen? From our audience, if you have questions, you can ask Forex related questions, general questions. If you have a particular pair you want us to relate to immediately, you can go ahead. You can go ahead and share with us so that we can quickly do that, because this is a live section. This is a live section.
I can see someone asking about EURUSD and gold. We've just looked at EURUSD, but you can briefly just mention what we were looking at. On the daily chart, there's this level, and since the market is rejecting that level, it is a horizontal level that would serve as a support. if we close the daily chart, with a bullish momentum, then chances are the pair will head higher. So on H4, if this pattern that is developing as a channel, it is still in developing. You can't say for sure it's a channel, but it has already started forming. So that's why we are using the channel as the channel resistance. The lower trend line of the channel resistance is a buying opportunity with our TP at the opposite side of the channel. So basically, that's what we are looking at on EURUSD. Gold, we haven't looked at it, and honestly and personally, when a pair makes such a big move, like it did on market open this week, I tend to avoid it because it takes some time before it can give you another signal. So I wouldn't advise taking any trade on gold for now unless you have something you are looking at. But for now, there's nothing. Especially after the market has made such a big move, it would be ideal to wait for for a better direction, for the market to give us something. So on gold, personally, I don't have anything. George, unless you have something on gold.
Okay, for gold, let me see if I can share my screen.
Okay.
I have double charts for gold, but this one I have here doesn't really have all the details, but I will still go ahead to share it. Okay, you can stop sharing while I share mine.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So let me share my chart. Okay. I think this is an old chart I've not related to for a long time. All right, so for gold, well, having difficulties to change time frame. All right, just go ahead, Mr. Charles. I think I lost connection on that chart.
Okay. So keep the questions coming. Post any pair you'd want us to look at. Use the chat section. You can also comment on what we are presenting. You can share your views also. Let's engage. Let's interact.
So our potentials to go for a buy on EURUSD is still intact from what we had yesterday.
Seems so.
Okay, you can still go ahead and share it. Share the charts. Let's do out there. Trading.
Anyway, the market is generally unstable, indecisions all around.
Yeah, not much activity at all.
I entered to a buy around 2 a.m. for EU. It went down, took off my stop loss, and reversed back. So I just had to leave the market. That's why I just wanted us to look at it. And yeah.
Which pair is that?
You said EU and your stop loss was taken out.
Okay, EU, that is a EURUSD.
And your stop loss was taken out?
Yes, I was taking out my stop loss. It just went down to my stop loss and reversed back.
That must have been a very tight stop loss, eh?
Yes, because I know it's around that that is a daily support, and anything could happen. Good taught us lesson last weekend, so anything could happen at that support. So I was too careful.
Okay.
That was really what happened.
Thank you for sharing. But I think let's George, what do you think about stop losses? How far or how deep is stop losses so that we don't give money to the market when the setup probably is still valid?
For stop losses, I think the topic there is position sizing, because stop loss is relative to the volume you may apply while taking that trade. Volume is your lot size. That's your maybe one standard lot, maybe 0.1. So now it depends on the account size. Maybe it's a 25K account and I'm willing to risk, let's say $200 for one trade. I just do my calculations. So if I'm using 0.5, which is $5 per pip, that means it's going to take me up to 40 pips to be taken off. So why relating that to my setup? If my setup is a setup that has a stop loss of 100 pips, I'm not going to take the trade. If I want to take the trade, then I need to reduce my lot size. I may have to reduce my lot size to 0.2 or maybe 0.1 just to take that trade. So even if I have profits in that trade and maybe I feel that, oh, I would have made $500 instead of $100, I think that's very wrong to think that way. So because the market always gives us opportunity, just like now we're having a calm market, that doesn't mean that the market doesn't give opportunity. The market always gives that opportunity to make profits. So, but most times there are opportunities to have trades that may have up to 5 pips stop loss, 4 pips stop loss, 7 pips stop loss, 10 pips stop loss maximum. Those ones you can decide to, knowing that you are risking little. You're still risking maybe that $200 in that trade. So now your risk to reward ratio will help you, because when you do something like that for 10 times and you lose, maybe you lose 6 times and you win 4 times, definitely you're going to be in profit. So there should be a consistency in your position sizing. Maintain that consistency. So not just stop loss. You can just be using only stop loss and you still be losing more, but you should actually calculate your positions while applying the stops. But every trade should have a stop loss. That's my take.
Oh, thank you so much, George. That's very insightful, because sometimes we lose because of not knowing how to place our stop loss and where, and because sometimes we want to maintain our lot sizes instead of resizing our lot sizes and increasing our stop loss levels or our stop loss distance. Okay, any other question or any other pair anyone would want to ask to look at?
Okay, I think I have something on go here, but it's the ability to share the screen. That's nice.
Okay, you can go ahead and share.
Let me see what I can do if I can share that particular screen. The other one is not coming up, but let me try another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if I can share. Oh, at the worst scenario, I may have to share the link of the chat on the group, on the WhatsApp group, for some persons to pick it up. Okay. So, but for gold, we had a chance. I can just be talking manually. See if we can share your gold. Let's go with your chart. I think I can do something just like I did yesterday without my chart.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So when you look at gold, you go to D1 time frame. Yeah, you should see a descending channel on gold. If you want, I think one of the ways you can see it clearly is when you go to the weekly time frame. You can be able to get the high and the low. You can be able to impute the channel properly.
The whole of this?
Yes, but try to see the bottom. Let me give you where the bottom should be. The bottom should be this one. That's the bottom. So follow that particular one. It will not really cover the last one. The last one, some of the parts may have to come out.
Something like that?
Yeah, let me check what I have here also. What are the tops? Do you have the tops intact? The top, the two here, they are intact. Then for the bottom, okay. So let's go down. Now there is a bounce. From my own chart, there is a bounce on the lower side. So that's why I want to really pinpoint. This price bounced on the bottom of the channel. So you have to be sure if your own did that. My own bounced, and I think I've had that marking for over even up to 8 months now. I've had that marking, so hopefully it's good.
Okay, this is the weekly time frame.
Yes.
The result is weak. It's negative. All of them. All right.
We're having a clearer view there. I'm still trying to share my screen. I think that will be more easier so that I can.
You'll be able to share. Okay, let me stop sharing this one so that you can be able to share yours.
We are looking at that as if it wants to form a head and shoulder. Let me also open my chart.
Oh, the inverse head and shoulder.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
And let me just open my chart and see if I can. So we are thinking it will still drop more. So
are you sharing, Mr. 値𝗏😅? Are you sharing your screen? Okay, I think I have my screen up. Can you hear me? Is my audio audible enough?
Yes,
yeah,
yes, it's clear.
Okay, don't mind the background. Let's just get this straight. So this goes from the weekly. I think I've been following it for a longer time, but let me just go down to the daily. This goes at the daily time frame. Let me keep it on spotlight. Okay. So this is good at daily time frame. So already This is just a corrective move. 1, 2, 3. It's all corrective. But what I'm looking at is just these two levels here. Just watch this price action here on the daily time frame. So, can you still hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. So, as I said, we're looking at to be a 5-wave move, which I may not go that deep. This is 1, 2, 3. So, okay, this should be 1. And remember, 4 does not enter into the territory of 4 does not enter into the territory of 1. So that's a major rule. So already that. So if you check this price level that we have, this is 1739.52. So just take note, you have good trades. So the price is actually reacting with that resistance, resistance level. Let me try to squeeze the chart. Okay, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So now let me get the zone of 1. The zone of 1 is it's here. Let me give you a different color. So that means this area is referred to as the area of invalidation. I need a rectangular shape. So this whole area is invalidation. So it's invalidation. Maybe the rectangle. Wow. I've also lost connection there. But what I'm emphasizing there is that if you want to sell gold, I think you have a good entry from there. But just know that if price is going to enter into the territory of wave 1, now the wave count is invalid. So you have a nice place to put your stop. You have a nice area to. Mr. Charles, were you able to get a point from what I was trying to show?
Yeah, I sure did.
So if you got a point, try to illustrate that from your own charts.
Okay.
Yeah, this sharing has actually disconnected from here. So okay, I'm back. I'm properly back. So share your own screen. Let's use your own screen. Let me be able to.
There's only a spike in the markets at the moment.
Okay, that's 130. Okay, that's bullish. Okay.
George, you are saying that this one would be, that one would be our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If I got you correctly, George, that would have that's your.
So just get the support. For wave 1, get the support. Get a line at the bottom of wave 1. Because if price exceeds that line, we are supposed to be buying the pair. Yeah.
The minimum target.
Boldness, I make the line to be at the tip, not just in the territory of 1. Make it to be at the tip. And maybe make the candles visible. Let's actually see the candles and not just the squeeze. Okay, that's great. So let's relate with the candles now. That's fine. Okay. So at this very point, okay, you can actually see, though there's a spike in the market, but this is if that is a 5-wave move, this is an area for wave 4. Yeah. So that's for a day trading or swing. But then let's go to lower time frame. Go to 1 hour time frame. Let's see how it looks like.
And that's H1.
Okay, that's H1. Okay. We are still on the selling pressure. Okay, I'm not able to share my screen. If I was able to do that, I would have been able to also show how traders can be able to take some intraday trades. Because what we're actually pointing out now are the swing positions. Yeah, but sometimes positions that can allow you to buy can also allow you to sell, especially when you're dealing with gold, when you're dealing with GBPUSD, when you're dealing with very volatile pairs in real time. Okay, I have gold here. Okay. So let me see if I can share my mobile device. Share screen. Okay, let's take for instance, like what we have here. So it depends on your different approach, how you trade the market, how you analyze the market. So what we did there was wave count. But here in my mobile phone, I normally use my support resistance to trade, then mostly pivot levels to trade, which are very much vital for me. Then these are moving averages. So with that already, I would have been able to clearly see that I'm interacting with this support zone. That was around, here in Nigeria, this 1 p.m. candle still going up, 12 and 11. So those ones are intraday quick trades for me. Like stuff like these are quick trades for me, which I may not even allow you to get to. So, and stuff like this, having these guys converging could be confirmations and all that. But I'm not actually teaching a strategy, but I'm just showing you how to approach trades in real time. I'm not always a fan of trying to hold trades, like maybe you have a losing trade and you want to hold it for 3 days, 5 days. I don't think that it actually makes a good trader. Unless you actually did your position sizing rightly. So let me just go to a higher time frame here. Like these levels I have. Okay, like Okay, these are one of those. Seen me the other day. We had some major consolidations in this area. And when we had the pink bar, I think that was very huge for gold before we had the drop. So from the other chart I shared, we were able to see price within that channel. So, okay, you can imagine here, I've had here for a very long time. Let me know which time was this. I think I've been sharing it in the WhatsApp group then. Okay, this was earlier this year. So if you look at this crosshair, you also notice that price is also, okay, this crosshair is in 1680 region. 1680 region. So it's also a place where price 1680, you see, 83 had a spike there. So bounced off on this rectangular zone. I think that's what price is currently doing now. So gold is also at a critical level. So we're expecting a big move from gold. So you see that price is going to continue going higher, as I was saying. So and most times when you have a sharp drop like this in the market, and you can see the indecisive candle, just like Mr. Charles shared with us the other day in EURUSD. You have an indecisive candle. I think this is a spinning top. Is my audio still clear?
Yes.
It is a spinning top.
Yes, we can hear you.
So that's a spinning top there. Okay. So with the Elliot Wave we did, so once we have price breaking into the territory of wave 1 as we counted, that makes it invalid, and that gives us buy opportunities, buy opportunities, buy opportunities. But if that doesn't happen, we may have this candle returning backwards. We may have it returning backwards. So we watch out for, this is 1:45 in Nigeria. At least we should watch out for 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. candles. Well, I'm talking about the long term, not for someone that is taking quick trades. So we're looking at the, because I normally work with the 1 hour time frame. So I study the candles very well. Watching out for those candles, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We should be able to determine the major direction, because this could just be a correction. I don't really mean to that. This could just be.
I think this should be just a correction to 1760.
So we can have 1, 2. Okay, we can have 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And this correction is up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in it. So if that is just a correction, then we can have a continuation. We can have that continuation to the downside and going beyond the previous low that we had. And there's a link, I don't know if I can still find it, I will share it. There's a link where you normally find what the banks are doing about gold. I think that's a very, it's very, very important. So that link, it tells you the net position of banks on gold. So most times when you have a month that banks are buying gold, they are buying gold. The market may be ranging, but the upper months, you're going to see gold buying aggressively, taking more buys than the sells. So whenever gold is more selling, it ranges and it sells off. It ranges and it sells off. So I think I'll work on that and get it. I don't know if it's COT or stuff like that. I'll work on it and get that link. It's very, very vital.
We'll need it to.
Yeah. So, Charles, you can still go ahead and share your chart on gold. Let's see if we have the current price in the territory of wave 1.
Yeah, it's still within, it hasn't entered with the territory of wave 1.
Okay. So which time frame is this?
This is H1.
This is H1. Okay. So let's okay, I have one price at 1746 and we're having 1750 as that level, 1750 at that level, still building up. Okay. Okay. I can still now at this point. Okay, it's coming to 170. Okay, 46, 47 fluctuating. I can still take that risk and take a sell there and have my stop at 1752. Because there's something I do. I do what is called trial positions. I go with low lot size, hit into the market. So once the market comes and slaps my XL at 1752, I know that the market is in for the buy game. But when I catch that sniper entry from there, I'll just be watching out for where to add my main sell positions. But at least I have profits running in. So around this 1747. Let's check EURUSD. I think we had some poor perception there because let's also be sure if we're not actually having sell-off on the USD, because if we're having sell-off on the USD, okay, see that spike from so these are one of the trades you shared with us yesterday, and I think I emphasize on this trade that it has a very good risk-reward ratio. So if we had people enter this trade or they took this trade, I think by now is a risk-free trade. It's a risk-free trade. So that's a very
gentleman pair.
Okay, yeah.
It's really a gentleman pair. Doesn't know much volatility, no much struggles.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good spike from EURUSD, which further correction.
So this might have been the confirmation we were waiting for.
Yeah, that's the confirmation we're waiting for. So further correction, we may be looking to.
That's how it looked on H4.
Yeah.
If you sell off.
So let's check DXY. Check DXY.
Before you check DXY, let's look at if we have the same spike on GBPUSD. You have a similar spike on GU.
Which pair is the GBPUSD?
Yeah.
Wow. So we're having that. We're having the confirmations. Wow, that was great. And I think this is 38.2 retracement, right?
It was 0.38, yeah.
38.2. So that's so good. That's so good.
Around 0.38.
Wow. So we really had good analysis yesterday. So all we are looking out for are the entries to continue.
Okay. You wanted us to look at DXY?
Is it continue for a sell-off? For a sell-off?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay, the GU and EU, is it for a sell-off we are looking at?
I think USD is getting weak because the same spike is on EURUSD and gold. And GU still. Probably even the other USD pairs. This is AUDJPY.
This same spike is moving.
That's AUDJPY. Let's check NZD-USD. Same spike. I think it has something to do with the dollar.
Okay.
There's a news came out on the CPI.
Oh, that must be the reason.
News came out on the CPI. CPI. That is the news at 1:30. That caused a spike.
Okay.
Yes. And by 3:30 p.m. also, this one might not have much impact though. But we don't know whether it will cause a correction.
Wow. I have a trade I'm holding on AUDJPY.
Okay.
Doing Doing great. So I'm looking at the pair on the long term. Okay, USD is actually weak. USD/JPY, it's just down. It's down, 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 down.
This is DXY you're asking for.
Wow.
There's a nice
GBPUSD, we should be looking for opportunities there.
Which other would you want us to
Almost
look
like
at?
what will you call that? Is it
Hello, George, we lost you.
yes.
George, we are losing you. While George gets back, this is AUDJPY. I had spotted this triangle forming. It seems to have broken to the upside. So maybe you might anticipate more upside. Not sure, but this could happen in the next few sessions.
Okay. Maybe we wait for a retext before going.
Yeah. I think it would be ideal to wait for a retest before entry.
Before entry. Oh.
Another pair I had spotted was 𝗬𝗥𝗘𝗫. Wow, even this one has just done nice. There was a nice channel down here on lower time frames. That would be on H1. This was an impulsive move to the top. It was part of the analysis I had seen earlier today, and then it was at a fib level. I think it was at 1.61. At exact, no, this one was at 78.6 fib level. So the bottom of the trend line, the channel, and the fib level were a nice confirmation for probably buys, anticipating this move to the upside.
Say yes.
No, what we're doing.
You say yes. What is our agreement?
Yes.
Say yes, I promise.
Okay, another pair probably AUDJPY. There was a triangle with NZD/JPY. I think there was something USD/CHF, USD/CHF. There was a horizontal level there. Wow, it's just respected also. There's this level here. It's serving as a resistance. It just bounced off. Not sure how far down it can go, but something like that maybe. With stop loss is just above the resistance zone. George, are you back?
Fluctuating. So, but we are long-term bullish on AUDJPY, long-term bullish. So trader. Okay, that's USD/JPY on your screen.
You want me to give you USD/JPY? This is USDJPY.
Okay. I'm bearish.
It depends on your entry.
USDJPY. I'm going to D1 time frames.
That's how D1 looks like.
Okay.
Can we say that this one is a resistance level, though it has been breached? The daily week is above the zone.
Okay, can we get this previous this high to see if it gets across to USDJPY still because the two currencies can be weak at the same time. So let's not be misled. US is weak, and it's because I'm already holding a buy position on USDJPY. So and it's still going strong yesterday. 14.36 according to broker time, and now is and now it's 16 plus. Okay, so we're having a new candle for the H1, I think so. So for USDJPY, I think we should wait for daily close before we can decide what to do.
Yeah,
We have to
sure.
wait for that. We have to wait for daily close.
Judge, do you think this could be a complete five wave? I don't know whether to place the 3 there or the 3 at the top there.
But for yen index is bearish. You know the yen index?
No, I rarely trade it.
So I won't be buying any yen, USDJPY. I won't really bother going for the sell. I have some bets to
Any other pair? Georgia, your mic is breaking up. I'm not sure whether I'm only the one. I can't hear you clearly.
So for our colleagues, you can communicate GBPUSD who are long, or you can do it just to get long positions. EURUSD still the same. GBPUSD we are long, EURUSD we are long for gold. We're still at an indecisive place. I think we prefer using a buy stop there in order to join. I'm already long on AUDJPY. I'm holding a buy on GBPJPY, but I'm trying to analyze the chart. There is no level. It's still ranging for the past over. Okay, so that's a good APY. Trend on AUD New Zealand. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you, but sometimes we are losing you, George. It's breaking up.
Okay, I think we have massive strength.
So what, George, what's your take? You said something on AUDJPY. George?
Which pair is this?
This AUDJPY H1. You are saying something about it.
GBPNZD. But I'm saying it seems the two currencies are gaining strength. AUD is gaining strength, NZD is gaining strength.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any currency meter to recommend? Any currency meter? Wow. I think that would be a good tool for the traders. The AUD weekly time frame, I think we're a tweezer top there, which is a nice sell-off. Can you use your own chart? You know AUD weekly.
This one. You said Euro AUD?
Euro AUD.
Okay. That's the weekly chart.
Weekly.
That's the weekly chart.
Zoom the chart.
That's how it looks like.
Well,
on lower
opportunities for sale.
Yeah, on lower time frames, there was this small wedge yesterday.
Yeah, you can also
drop down and retested.
It be weekly or daily, because breaking that trend line is a massive sell-off. It's gonna give us pips if we can hold the position.
Which one? This one. There's that one. And probably this one.
Can we also have the bigger trend line? Is it possible to have?
This is the weekly chart, so the daily chart, sorry.
Okay, that's the weekly chart. Okay.
So can I use the week? So you want me to use the candles?
Okay, that means we have.
That's using the weeks. Let me also try it while using the candle or the bodies of the candles.
Yeah, body to body.
Body to body, something like that.
Yeah.
But I also noticed this. I don't know if it's on a straight line. seems like it's already broken it to the downside. I think we may be headed further down. Yeah.
Maybe let's look at it at the 15 minutes and see what the action is, or 1 hour. Since we are on this daily, you'd have left the marking.
Okay.
So just look at the interaction at that at that time frame.
That's how the H1 looks like, a strong bearish move in the last 1 hour. Could the same move have been replicated in GBPAUD? Yeah, it did. This is GBPUSD, the one we were analyzing yesterday. Just give us a sharp move downside.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a great move.
Nice, yeah. Couple of pips there. That must also, the same must also have happened at GBPNZD. They go hard in hard, just the way we anticipated yesterday.
And these are a good number of pips.
Yeah, this is quite a number of pips. This is almost from the support zone, the resistance zone. This is 100 pips. It's 100 pips.
So if you took my sniper entry on gold, you should be on profits now.
Okay.
That is gold.
Check gold.
H1, and that is the same gold M15.
Check M15.
Yeah, this is M15.
Yeah, this is a nice one.
So if we entered at that 1747, now is around 39. So that's very big. That's like gold. So you know
yeah,
what that
for
means.
gold, this is big.
So that's a good start. Like if you have this further correction down, you can now think of more sales. Maybe from 1735. And then okay, we're already at 17. It depends on the spread. Some brokerages have wider spread, but that's a quick scalp for gold.
Yeah.
That's a quick scalp. Let me check my mobile phone just to see what it looks like. That's a quick scalp. Okay, I think I just had price bouncing on my EMA.
Yeah, it's bouncing off.
Maybe you can stop sharing. Let me share it. Let me share mine.
Okay.
So this is it. So price bounced off on the EMAs. So that's why I'm having that rejection back. So that's just a quick move for someone trading the H1. Okay, let's still go back to the other pairs. You can still share your screen, Mr. Charles.
Which other pair would you want us to look at?
Okay. Let me. I think I have one of my screens.
You can share.
I can't share for now. I think I'll work on that later. That was really a nice one from EURUSD. We really had, you really did very well, Mr. Charles. Thank you. Your analysis yesterday were all great. EURUSD, GBPUSD, GBPNZD, GBPAUD. Let's check EURGBP.
EURGBP is still at the same level it was. It's nothing much happening there. Considering both are strong pairs, Euro and GBP, and they are all buying. So I think it's stuck there.
Okay.
This is a H1. Yeah, this is H1. But there is this. I don't know whether it's viable. Maybe that's a latest.
Excellent. Very, very excellent.
Very excellent. Let's hope it bounces off probably to those levels. I think it could also qualify as a channel down. Yes, it does. Do you have anything on EURGBP?
On which pair?
EURGBP.
EURGBP. Okay, let me check. Wow, I have something very amazing to share my screen, but I think there's some continuation.
Okay, go ahead and share.
I don't think I'm able to share. Well, we have that continuation to the downside due to the. Maybe I will just share the link in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
In that pair is a pair that I think I've worked judiciously on that pair. I'll be able to tag the last chart of it. So let me go ahead and get something here. Okay, I think those in the WhatsApp can actually benefit from this. Euro US, EURGBP. But if you look at your charts, are you on your chart?
Yes.
Okay, just use this time frame. Look, I'm on the daily time frame from my point of view, using the daily time frame. And it's a swing position I'm looking at. I'm looking at more of the downside. I'm able to get a symmetrical triangle there.
Yeah. On I had spotted it on H4.
Okay.
Is it that one? I didn't know. No. I think we can start from there. We can pick it from there, and then pick it from there. Is it that one? Probably.
Yeah.
Is it this one? Are you talking about this triangle?
Let me look at what I'm coming to you shortly.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm looking at selling from the upper region because of what I had on EURGBP previous time. So I'm trying to search for it on WhatsApp to see if I can tag the old one with the new one. Okay, I think I have it here. So let's target it. Okay, I just shared on the WhatsApp group for EURGBP. So if you can click, is it possible for you to click on the WhatsApp group? Okay, from that link.
I can forward it to, let me find out a way.
So other individuals can just check the WhatsApp group. Yeah. So that's UJ. That's EJ.
Yeah, nice continuation, nice possibility of a continuation.
Okay. So anytime, if you're able to check out the one I tagged and you generate the charts, you can see where we were on the pair. Can we get the former one?
Oh, the one from my chat. This one.
No. If you go to the WhatsApp group, are you on the WhatsApp?
Yes.
I tagged a previous message. So see if you can tap and get to the previous message. Then if you generate the link, we can see what it looks like before where we are now. So, yeah.
No, I may not be able to do that. I don't think I was a member of the group then. You can send it to me directly, or you can send it to the... Yeah, okay, send me on... Yeah, so that I can be able to upload it.
Let me send you on DM. Okay. It's coming up. Let me go. It's on the DM.
Okay. There it is.
Okay. So that was when we were able to get the signal for the downside.
Oh, so this is nice.
Yeah.
And it's been dropping ever since.
Yeah. So we are watching out for information on a swing for EURGBP. Okay, I think I can. Okay, which other pair? Let me try to close my AUDJPY. While I click for another pair. On AUDUSD, I'm still looking at the tendency.
AUD?
Okay, my AUDJPY is still strong. The move is really strong. I was thinking yen is going to weaken, though. You can just stop sharing. Let me show my AUDJPY. Okay. But I'll be going out of the position soon. So that's an AUDJPY on the daily. So it's quite strong.
Oh, that was a beautiful entry.
Yeah. Okay. Though GBPJPY hasn't been that cool. So, but just share your own screen. Let's look at AUDUSD. I'm having something there. This is AUDUSD.
Yes.
Okay. I'm having a key level here at 0.7381. As in, I just have price testing it as resistance. Though you're already bullish on the pair, right?
Yeah. But that was based on this support zone. And then there are conflicting signals on AUDUSD, because there was this wedge, it broke out, then there is this channel, and then there is this support. There, it wasn't very clear which direction.
Yeah, but from the weekly time frame, I think I would, by daily close, I think I'll also be, one can be joining the bulls long term. If price holds, go to the weekly. Let me show you.
That's the weekly.
Weekly time frame. Yeah. AUDUSD, right? Is that USD? AUDUSD.
Yes.
Okay, so try to zoom. Let's interact with the candles. Zoom. Yeah. So last week we are having if that's a support region, we can call that an inverted hammer.
Yeah. We call it the hanging man.
We already have and you already have the sell candles going weaker and weaker, and the fall from the sell candles they are diminishing, more like expecting a spike from the bulls. So, but for me, it's a long-term trade. A proper close, the close of this week signifies the next move. And also the close of today signifies the next move. So for me, 0.7381, above 0.7381, I'm going to buy, depending on the broker I'm using here. I already have price breaking that zone.
It's already at there. It's already at 7381.
I have a key. Let me see if I can help you get that key level on your chart. Okay. I
think it's actually the current price.
Okay, that's the current price.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I mean. Above that region, I'll be going long, but I'll wait for the day to close. So if the day closes above, so any correction coming down, I'm going to take that buy position. But already from the H1, the candle for AUD is quite strong, quite massive from H1. So that's momentum for the buyers. That's the daily chart. From H1. Yeah. Yeah. From the daily chart, you can see the presence of the sellers, because when you look at that daily chart properly, you can see that you can see there's a consolidation. Apart from today and yesterday, there's a bearish consolidation there. So to actually be on the buy for a swing position, one must be sure of clearing out that area, that entire area. Did you see my idea? This is what, that's what I'm saying. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, so I think you've been able to see what I'm saying in that pair.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to allow questions, maybe one or two to come in while we end for this time. I think we did a whole lot. Spent 1 hour, 30 minutes. That was really great. That was very exciting. Can we get any response from our participants before we close?
Good afternoon, Mr. George and Mr. Charles. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, I just want to say I've learned so much. I've learned so much from your wealth of experience, and I mean, it's always a pleasure to be online, and what you guys doing justice to the market is just too beautiful. So I just want to say thank you so much and keep it up, and hope we will get more of this, please. So that's what I just wanted to ask. Hope we'll get more of this.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you for speaking out loud. I will come to give you more of this as we are able to interact with more mentors. Special kudos to Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles is the CEO of ChartSense. He runs his own company, and the dream for market elites and comrades is to bring African market experts together to collaborate, to help, and to breed skill. So that's what we're doing. We're doing our very best. We're doing our very best as far as we have mentors to blind. Thank you very much. So we should have more persons speaking up. That's very, very good. Thank you, Mr. Alex. We should have more persons speaking up. We just have a few more minutes to go.
Okay, let me also appreciate Mr. Charles. We from Nigeria want to say thank you for the selflessness. It's not easy. This should be a time you should be studying the market and everything happening, but he dedicated to go through charts and with us. So just want to say thank you to him also. And to Mr. George, you're doing great. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, we hope to hear from more persons before we go. All right. All right. Okay. So thank you very much for attending. We are shutting down now to continue. More info in the group. When next we have a section, we'll try to communicate earlier than now so that we can have more audience. So thank you very much for attending. We do appreciate. Do have a lovely time. We'll make the recording available for you to also take out your time to go through it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Charles. One word from Mr. Charles before we go.
I also want to appreciate you people for being there. I know we all want to learn, and don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to speak out. We are here to interact. And if there's a way we can improve on the way we are doing our analysis, please also feel free to share. Thank you so much, George. And thank you to our listeners. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, and have a good and a great evening.
Thank you, sirs. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.